All right, once again, we are back with another Underground Experience show. I'm Mr. J. We are going to have tonight on the Underground Experience K.A. Flow, a producer, artist, and we're going to hear from him pretty soon. Once we are able to get him in, we will go. Uh, Once again, you can go to www.empiremusic.com. That's Empire Music, spelled MUSIQ, .com, to go ahead and check out what we have going on with the funder for the Underground Experience documentary, as well as the radio show. We're currently looking for sponsors, and we'll have the sponsorship and publication and promotion uh, up on the website this coming up these upcoming weeks. So as we go ahead and get him on, as he goes ahead and accepts the invitation, uh, we'll have him come on in just a second. So hopefully everything is good to go. What's going on, man?
What's good? What's good? I'm trying to flip this around. All right, there we go. What's good, bro? How you?
All right.
Salute, salute.
Basically, what we'll do is just talk about what's going on in your, in your life and how you got started.
No doubt, no doubt. First of all, it's Kaflu Kaboom, aka Kaboom Beats, artist slash rapper, or artist slash producer rapper. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Shout out Crown Heights. I was flowing like since I was a kid. I used to flow. I used to rap on the block. We used to do shows on the block. I was part of a group at one point, Reflections. Shout out to Shy Smooth. I was also part of Junior Roughnecks. Shout out to B.O. Karam. In Transit Tech, we did a lot of battle rap. So, when it's recess, we come outside. Sometimes we be in in a lunchroom, bang on the tables, shit like that. And so, the flow from doing shows in New York to freestyle battles, all type of shit. The culture in New York is just, it's competitive. So I always was, spitting bars, battling MC, shit like that, growing up in the Heights. You feel me? So I came to Baltimore like 10, 12 years ago, and that's when I started doing beats. So I was just straight flowing when I was like in New York. But when I came to B-more, I started making beats. And, beats wasn't, working at first. And, you got to go through like 1,000 beats before you really going to get good as a producer. That's what they say, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel that's true because I went through 1,000 beats and I seen the improvement. Like, I like where I'm at right now as a producer. I had to learn music theory. You feel me? So, it's like when you making a beat and the song is like in in A minor or B minor or C major. Like I never understood what all that shit meant. You feel
Right.
me? That's the music theory, and I was like, okay, once I learned it, now it's like playing on the keys, everything is different. You feel me? I understand what's going on. More I know how to blend sounds together. Shit like that. So pretty much I started making beats here in B-more. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And, Yeah, so one day I made a beat, and everybody I know that I sent it to was like, yo, that's fire, that's fire. I made a song to the beat, and I had called up K Slay, he put it on a mixtape. But that's going fast forward into the whole story of how I started to come up in the game. So if you want to ask something else before I go straight into how I met K Slay and shit like that.
Um, Basically, say you started making beats. What did you start making beats on? What's your preferred, you know?
I got the push two. You can see it a little bit right here. It's the push two, and that's from Ableton. So I was using Ableton since I started. So I stick with Ableton since I know. But yeah, I also was working with an Akai. I got me a little keyboard back here. It's a large key joint. But my main go-to is the push two controller. I can do everything with this right here. Yeah.
And as far as like sampling sounds or sampling different music, do you have a specific genre or specific sound you like to go to?
Uh, I like soul records, when you pull those soul records, sometimes it could be, you might get some soul from a gospel record or just some old slow jam, but sometimes I just like to pick records out because you never know what's on the record. It could be a country record, it could be something that you don't even expect it from. So I just like to go through records. I got a small record player in here, play records. I might get a sample, but I'm also with what you call TrackLib. You familiar with TrackLib?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so TrackLib, you can get samples off of TrackLib, and then they'll clear the sample for you. Or pretty much, well, you can purchase the license so you can use the actual samples. So I started fucking with TrackLib a little bit more too. So I got a couple beats from the samples from TrackLib, and yeah, that's when I'm in my sampling zone, my sampling mood, because sometimes I just make a beat from scratch. It's like once you learn that music theory and you know how to build a chord, start building progression chords and all of that. It's like, yeah, you start having fun with it, and getting real creative with it. So yeah, I sample a lot and I make shit from scratch a lot.
So when you make something from scratch, what's kind of your process? You know what I mean? Start to finish, kind of how things get built up.
So when I make something from scratch, first I'm selecting my instruments, like all the sounds I'm trying to blend together. And I usually will pick like the drums last, the kicks, the snares, and all that, hi-hats and all that. But I'll start with the melody. I'll create a melody, and you know, I'm starting off building the chord. I play with the keys. Like, like I'll figure out which key I really want to play it in. Do I want to play a C minor, F minor? And then once I select, like, okay, it's going to be an F sharp minor, now I build the chord and I start going from there. But I know that the instruments that I bring, I'm going to play in the same key, which is what I wasn't doing before. So now it's like, I can see the difference from playing shit in key and knowing how to play shit in key and building chords and, progression chords and shit like that. No?
No doubt. Um, so what's the time length for you to kind of build a song from start to finish? How long do you feel like it usually takes you to kind of put everything together?
Uh, let's say about a half hour to an hour. Some joints is just like a half hour. It's like it's done. It ain't like mix and match it, but the process, the concept is out and done. The sequence of it is done. But some joints might be like an hour and a half. Like time going by, you just keep going. You adding shit, or you might not like it halfway through it and be like, yo, I'm gonna just start over with a whole different melody, and you know. But usually, I'm gonna say like a half hour, 45 minutes, you know. Yeah.
No doubt. And as far as like you said, you did a song to it. Are you still rhyming? You still rhyming as well.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely doing my thing with the flow. I just put out a single. Uh, it's called Lyrical Paradise. I put a single out. Before that, I put out another one, Brooklyn Zone. Um, so yeah, I'm still doing my thing. I got singles I'm dropping next week, pretty much like the start of the new year. So, got some new songs dropping, but I'm also doing joints with other people. I got my man Suf Shakur from DC. You know, I work with people from B-More, Brooklyn, DC on some producer shit, but also on some artist shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
No doubt. Speaking of working with people, what people have you worked with?
Well, K Slade is the reason why I work with, you know, all the legends. He put me on Rolling 100. That got all the legends on it. So, cats like Big Daddy Kane, Cool G Rap, it's like those are dudes that I grew up listening to that, it's just a pleasure, an honor to be on the track with them. Those dudes is legends. You feel me? Slay put me on the joint with them, you know. But before he put me on the Rolling 100, he he linked he sent Pat Poose, my math, Pat hit me. We end up doing a song. He jumped on the remix, Officer Friendly remix. And yeah, after that, me and Pat shot the video in Queens. And Slay, he loved the song. So Slay was just playing the joint, like every week. Hot 9-7 and Shade 4-5, like every week. So he played the joint with me and Pat like 3 months, straight, right? After that, he played my next joint was Mary Jane vs. Cocaine. So now I got another joint on Hot 97 and Shade 45. Then I did the remix to Mary Jane vs. Cocaine. I put one of the artists that I'm working with, Danny Diva, she jumped on the remix. I got her vocals on the track. So, she was able to hit her name. Slay was like, new K Flow with Danny Diva, Mary Jane vs. Cocaine. Slay shouting us out every week. So as an artist, she was like real happy, but Slay was just playing. After he played Mary Jane vs. Cocaine, he played Go Stupid. That's the next single I got. It's more like a freestyle, But yeah, at the end, I'm like, yo, shout out K Slay. He played that joint for some weeks, but he pretty much played my music like for the whole year on Hot 97 and Shade 45. So but after me and Pat shot the video, they put the video was on BET for a while, so the video me and Pat did was on BET and shit. But yeah, so Slay put me on the Rolling 100 and he put me on the Rolling 200. Like Snoop Dogg on the Rolling 200. But the Rolling 100, you gotta check that out, bro. Like nothing but legends on that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Cassidy, Jim Jones, Wu-Tang, Lox, Mad Cats, Redman, Tretch, like all the greats, the lyrical niggas. Like, yo, that joint, like it's called, it's 100. You know what I'm saying? Rolling 110, actually. But definitely gotta say R.I.P. to Slade, man. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, K Slade, the great, the legend. Street sweepers, warning, drama king is in the building. You know what I mean? R.I.P. Salute.
That was a huge loss, man, for
Yeah.
the whole community. You know what I'm saying? For hip hop in general, just a huge loss.
Real huge, man. Real huge. Yeah, man. R.I.P. though, you know. I got a joint that be coming out with in a few weeks. It's like a dedication to Slay. So um yeah, I'm definitely dropping that real soon. And yeah, R.I.P. to the great K Slay, man, Drama King, man, forever, man, you know.
Yeah, man. That you know what I'm saying. Salute to you for being on those joints, man. And I definitely wanted to be on the, on the next one. You know what I mean? I wanted to be on that next rolling because they were killing it on all them joints, man.
Right, right, right. Um, yeah, the K Slay joint, you know, I set it off. I'm like, K Slay, he loved the boom bap beats. I keep it hip hop like old stacks of rap sheets or street sweeper radio with the Drama King. Right before it come on, my alarm rang. Hot 97 to Shade 45. Who did a lot for the culture way before me? Nah. That's all I'm gonna give right now. But yeah, that nah is like, you know, you can't believe that shit. You feel me? When you hear that, it's like, yo. But yeah, yeah, R.I.P. to the Drama King, man, you know.
Amongst others, who else have you gotten the chance to kind of work with and you know
Who I work with?
with
I
your
work with Frenchie in Atlanta, you know, um, you know, not too many people, man. Like I said, when K threw me on the rolling 100, that was me like knocking all the features out. You feel me? All the legends, like most of the legends, is on that drum. All the guys that I always respected and who I like listening to, who albums I bought. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, just to be on that joint was an honor. You know, but yeah,
that's
uh,
that's a
Slade.
big resume.
Big resume because Slay put my face on the cover. So when you type in the Rolling 100, you see my face come up on the cover. Feel me? And yeah, Slay hit me up and was like, "Yo, how you like seeing your face on the cover?" I was like, "Yo, man, like I couldn't believe it." You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, yo, it's amazing, man. You know, I appreciate it and all that. You know, yeah, he was like, "Yeah, he said you had the best verse." So I don't know who they is, but gotta believe it because how I'm on the cover. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was definitely like a highlight in my career. And yeah, I just be listening to the joint because it's a hot joint. You feel me? It's some hip hop shit, you know? Yeah, classic, man, classic.
As far as like performances and places, you know, is there places that you want to perform at, or places that you've gotten to perform at, that you that you like, you know what I'm saying, that give you a special feeling?
Well, you know, I really want to perform on the West Coast. You feel me? Like I've done shows, you know, Pennsylvania, New York, Jersey, Baltimore. I've done something in DC. I don't think I did something in DC. Um, yeah, I really want to see what the West Coast culture is like, you know, on a hip hop scene, more than what I could just see, you know, from a TV. They're not really exposing a whole lot of West Coast shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, I want to go out there, perform, experience the open mic culture, shit like that, you know. But yeah, you could definitely look forward to a lot of shows coming up because I will be dropping a project like just beginning of the year. Ain't really too specific with it, but once I drop that project, I'm gonna just be looking to perform and you know, exhibit the material, put the songs out, perform them shits like so. Yeah, I plan on like really getting busy on the performance tip this year, man. Live 2025, you know what I mean?
No doubt. What? How many tracks are on the project?
It's gonna be 12 joints, you know. It's gonna be 12 joints. Um, yeah, 12 joints. And then I'm also working with like my peoples in DC. What's the name? he said was the album. Forgot what he said the name of the album was, but I'm gonna be producing the album, and I'll probably be dropping a few verses on that too. So a couple DC cats I'll be working with, and yeah, just a lot of collaborations coming up, you know, from my peoples
How
from
do you
New York, my man B.O. Karam, aka Mo Bucks. He gonna be jumping on some joints. He gonna be jumping on some tracks. Yeah, just a lot of collaborations and also just new songs, new music from me. So it's gonna be a busy year, man.
how do you feel about the scene? Like, how does the scene differ from New York to DC, the DMV area?
Well, I feel like the scene is different in a way of just environment. Really, I mean, hip hop is hip hop. You know, it's nice niggas in B-more. It's nice niggas in New York, of course, and I only know a few nice niggas from DC, but I know a lot of nice niggas in B-more, but a few nice niggas in DC. But I think it's pretty much like the same. Like, you know, everybody trying to do the same shit, saying the same shit. You want to spin the block. It's the same shit. You feel me? But you know, you always got a few lyricists that, you know, come from, you know, each state. Lyricists, plural, come from each state that, you know, is always going to represent real hip hop and lyricism. Yeah, also, you know, I feel like it's what you're looking out for too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
think it's
I'm
definitely.
looking for real hip hop. Yeah.
So, how do you feel that this changed? The game's changed overall, like from the time you started to this current moment.
I feel like, you know, it's just way out of hand. You know, I feel like we never really had a certain grip or control on hip hop. I feel like we still don't have that grip. You know, I mean, you might see a certain cats that's doing it independent, and I feel like you know, uh, independent is the way to go for real. It's like the majors really ain't looking out for you. But if somebody want to go major, you know, if I do a major deal, it gotta really make sense. Feel me? I'm not gonna do a whole bunch of work and not get a lot. So I'd rather do my shit independent. You know what I mean? But you know, besides that, I feel like the culture is just more. You know, I feel like it was always like some violence in hip hop, but now it's like, you know, niggas is dying. You know what I'm saying? Like young niggas like 14, 15, you know. So that's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like KRS had the song "You Want to Get Away with Murder, Kill a Rapper."
Yeah,
Shit is real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't really giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So um yeah, the culture is crazy, you feel me? But you got your real ones that come in and, you know, shake the culture up, you know. But I could be responsible for me for what I say, you feel me? So that's what it is, man.
I think definitely the biggest thing is now, like you said, it's an independent game. The majors really aren't looking for it. You do have bright spots. I mentioned this before to some other people. Coast Contra, Griselda.
Right,
Um,
right,
of course, at the top of the commercial end, you have J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, who are lyrical. But further on down the line, you don't see those other people getting that shot, getting that that spotlight.
right,
And
right, right. And it's like, you know, it's just making it more bad with Spotify. Like they don't pay artists what artists should be getting paid. Like, you know, they promoting the top 5%, 10%, 1%, whatever. It's like the majority of people ain't really eating off Spotify. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. they gotta start coughing up more money for us artists out there. You know, it's ridiculous, man. But you just gotta, you gotta do more than one things. You gotta do more. Put your eggs in more than one basket with the music. You know, um, yeah. Stay creative, man. Stay creative. That's what I do. Feel me? I'm just gonna create, but I'm just trying to figure out ways. I got my website. I might just put out a project on there where, like, you probably only can get it from the website. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Uh, that's basically how feel. You feel like it's better for direct to consumer. I think a lot of other people kind of feel that way as well. So that's how you feel.
Yeah,
Directly to actually putting
yeah. It's
physical
like,
product out.
yeah, it's like also Spotify. It's like, you got to have more than 1,000 streams. Your song got to have more than 1,000 streams before you can start to get paid off of it. Where before, you just getting paid from this little bit of streams, these little bit of streams overhead. But now it's like, you got to have more than 1,000 streams to get some bread to get paid. So it's like, that was stupid. Like, we ain't getting bread already. We ain't getting chips. So why make a rule to make it even harder? You know what I'm saying? You just pushing the famous artists. I don't like that, man. So yeah, I feel like, I want to release some shit that's on my own website that Spotify ain't got nothing to do with, Apple Music ain't got nothing to do with it. Like, none of them got nothing to do with it. Yeah, bro.
And I think it also has more value when you actually have like something somebody has in their hand as opposed to having something they download that could kind of get deleted or whatever else.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's like, if Spotify just say, fuck it, we out of business. We ain't doing this shit no more. You ain't got your shit. That's it. Like my man was telling me the other day, he was like, yo, some shit he had on Dat Piff, like Dat Piff is gone. So
Yeah,
the joints that he had, he can't listen to them no more. You feel me? So yeah, that shit can happen with Spotify, Apple Music. You never know. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna release some shit that can only be gotten through my website. I'm still use Spotify. I'm still use DistroKid, my distributor, distribute the music. I'm gonna still use DistroKid to put my music to Spotify and Apple and all that there. But you know, I got a website, so I need to use it for some exclusive shit. You feel me? You can only get it here. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
definitely. I feel like I, what you're talking about, Dat Piff was definitely spot on. My group, the Empire, had a mixtape that was on Dat Piff, and basically, once Dat Piff went down, I had to pull everything that we had on there and basically put it on the website. You know,
So
we put the
but
music
you,
on the
you
website.
you was able to get it before it went down.
Well, we had already, I already made sure I keep copies of everything, all the music I put out, stuff like that, so we could just put it on the website. So,
Right.
um, I spoke to another artist last week, and I told him, I miss websites like Audio Life. It was a website where you could get short runs of like CDs and DVDs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think I was talking to maybe
Audio
Mick
One?
back.
You said Audio One?
Audio Life.
Audio
Uh,
One, okay.
they went out of business. I guess they couldn't really evolve with the streaming. They were doing everything. You had merch, you had ringtones, you had physical CDs. You could probably do, if they evolved and did downstreams or downloads, they probably would have been able to keep it up and keep it going. But it was kind of point of sale right there. You didn't have to have 50 CDs sitting in your house, or wait till you got a certain number of CDs ordered up before they started pressing it. They pressed it, as people ordered it.
Right.
As people ordered your clothes, as people ordered your merchandise. They pressed it up and they sent it out.
Right. Right. Yeah, yeah, man. So, you know, that's why, I keep all the stems of all my songs and save them. And, you know, I got hard drives with a lot of my songs on it because you just never know. They want to take some shit down, back up. You know what I mean?
And as far as other collaborations, who else would you want to collaborate with? Who else is somebody you haven't got a chance to? You know, even with everybody on that 100, but who else is somebody else you kind of look toward?
Um, Really, man, tell the truth, man. Like, I really don't want to do nothing with nobody, man. I just want to show the world what I can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody want me to feature on a joint with them, I don't mind, depending on who it is, what the vibe is. I might do that, but I'm not really looking to reach out and, like my next project is all me. And I'm already looking for the next project after that to probably be all me. Then I might do a song collaborating with some other people. But like right now, I got a lot to say and I got a lot of joints too. So I feel like let me just give the people like who I be. You feel me? Let me give the people Capo Kaboom and some Kaboom beats because I'm doing a lot of my own beats now too. So, producer, getting the producer side and the artist side with a lot of the songs I'm about to put out.
So what subject matter do you like to touch? You know what I'm saying? What do you so you got a lot to speak on? What exactly, you feel like you want to say to people?
Well, about to drop a joint uh, in a few weeks, and that one is called Heaven Now. And the hook is like Heaven Now, Heaven Now. I can't wait till I die. I want my heaven now, heaven now, heaven now. Y'all can wait till y'all die. I want my heaven now. You feel me? And that's just pretty much. I feel like that's like a self-explanatory joint. I'm not going to wait for heaven. I want heaven now. I want my mind frame to be heaven. I don't want to live in hell. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's one joint. I got another joint. The joint I just put out, it's called Lyrical Paradise. A lot of my joints is just like lyrical joints, to where it's like I'm just talking about whatever, spitting bars, showing you how nice I get with it. You know what I mean? But I got another joint. It's called Seven Deadly Sins. Just different, a little bit of my life. I got well, coming out, like I said, the dedication joint with Slay. Um, I got I got another joint called Thou Shall. I don't even want to put too much of it out, but it's just different. It's whatever I feel like rapping about for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on a verse. Probably drop that around the first, some New Year shit. You feel me? Just to open up the year. But I got a joint I'm working on for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? But my signature flow is just pretty much just flowing. Like I might write a song about anything, man. Like, I can't just say, yo, I'm a gangster rapper. I'm this type of rapper. I'm Capo Kaboom. You feel me? Yeah. So I got a joint called Maddie J vs. Cocaine. That's one of my top joints, right? That's a joint that K Slade played on Hot 97 and Shade 45 for like another 3 months. So like that joint, is Mary Jane battling cocaine. So the weed is talking, the coke is talking, it's going back and forth. It's a battle, but it's a song. the beat banging, you know what I mean? And that's just an ill concept. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I like to rap about like ill concepts, man. Like, you know, just a different idea. You can rap about a chick or whatever, but you can do it differently. You know, you do it in your own way. So I'm just like, you know, in a lane where wherever I wake up, whatever I want to rap about, that's what I'm gonna rap about. If I feel like just spitting some bars, I rap about that. I got some weed songs. I probably put out an album on 420 because I did one on 420 already. That's about weed and all that. So, you know, I grew up a hustler. I can rap about hustling. I can rap about this. I can rap about that. But, you know, I pretty much I'm like a freestyle type of artist. I just got bars for days. Whatever I'm doing is gonna be bars included. You know?
Yeah, that's always a great thing to be a versatile MC. I always say I don't want nobody, to put me in a box till the good Lord decides it's time for me to go in the box. You know what I mean? I
Right,
want to be able
right, right,
to.
right. Yeah, I fucks with that. I fucks with that. That's like a Mr. J quote, like a quote from Mr. J. You know what I'm saying? Put your name and then put the quote or put the quote and then put your name right under the quote. Shit.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so as far as you said you like, if other people reach out to you, saying they want to get you on a feature, that's just you open to that. Um, what other things do you want to kind of take your music to? Where else do you see your music going outside of
Well, I got a lot of ideas that like like I'm unleashing in 25. You feel me? So for the most part of putting out the music, it's a lot of other major shit that I'm doing that I don't want to just speak on and put out there in the air. You feel me? But just stay tuned, on some Kaflo Kaboom shit and Kaboom beats. Uh Kaflo on the Instagram, Kaboom Beats on the Instagram, Kaflo on the Facebook, Kaboom Beats on the Facebook, Kaboom Beats on the TikTok. Um, yeah, just gonna see a lot of songs being dropped. You feel me? A lot of songs being dropped, and then I start unraveling. You know, we do a part 2 interview. I come back on the underground joint. We do a part 2, and it's just gonna be mad music from since the last time you seen me. Yeah.
definitely. As far as your writing process, what I mean, how do LL famously said, "Give me an hour plus a pen and a pad." How do you feel like you structure your writing process?
Uh, I feel like you know, um, I like to listen to beats, and then once I hear the beat that catch me, like the beat talk to me, then I talk back to the beat. You know, it's like once I get the first few lines, then it's like I don't even need the beat. Now I could just go somewhere and I could continue the verse. But usually, I hear a beat that a spark, and a beat would be like, yo, this is this type of vibe. You should rap about this. Or I might talk to me a different way. I should rap like this. I should rap about this. I'm just looking to be creative, have fun with the flow, and make sure shit is hard.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, man.
And how do you feel like the lanes have opened up for your music, as far as you got that foot in the door from K Slade, you got that lane from those plays on Hot 97 and Shade 45. Do you feel like those things have kind of stayed kind of open, kind of consistently? You don't get as much resistance if you kind of ship music to different people.
Um, I feel like like a lot of people, you know, was reaching out to me. Like when Slay was playing shit on Shade 45, people call me, yo, I heard your song on the radio, blah, 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 Hot 97, yo, I heard your song on the radio. And it was like, you know, it's like a dream come true. You experiencing dreams come true. You feel me? Because you know, you grow up in New York, you always want to hear your song as an artist on Hot 97. You know, so you hear it on Hot 97, Shade 45, people calling, yo, I heard you, boom, 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 you know. And then people see you from when the K Slay put me on the cover, people, yo, I seen you on the cover, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a lot of that. You know, it's a lot of recognition, but really, it don't mean that much to me because it's like that's nothing really. It's like I'm about to be here. Like here is cool, but I'm about to be here. So you know, I appreciate certain shit, but I don't really look at it like it's like I'm really getting started. You know, really getting started with it as far as like capitalizing on it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
So it's still like, I'm, even though I got this thing, I got these steps, I'm still grinding it out. Still grinding it out.
I'm still grinding it out. It's like I love it that way, I love it that way. It's like it show you who you are. You know what I'm saying? I like grinding it out like that because, it's like where I'm at now, I prayed to get to where I'm at now. And I'm at where I'm at now. And I love where I'm at now. Like I said, to know music theory, to know I could sit down and make a melody, or I could copy a song and say, oh, let me play that song over. I just played the New Year's melody, the na 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 na. Come on, man, playing that right here. I sampled that. I keep speed away behind that shit, behind hats, snares, made a trap beat. It's like I just wanted to see how it would come out. It came out dope, and it's like, yo, I could do that with all types of songs. So I'm like, yo, I wasn't here before. You feel me? I could go in the studio with Riot Carey and do an R&B beat, because now it's not just like boom bap hip hop beats. You feel me? I got some drill beats that I just finished creating. I got trap beats. I got boom bap. You feel me? Like I'm gonna make some reggae shit soon. You know what I mean? So just to be, just to be able to create music on a certain level where like I don't have to just sample shit, you know what I'm saying? I can build from scratch with an artist, and so that's a whole nother level to where it's like it's just so much doors from that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Speaking of that, who was your, kind of major influence on in production?
In production, I like RZA. I like RZA. I like how Kanye chef up his shit. Zaytoven, he nice with the keys. It's always good when you know how to play an instrument. This push two right here is like my instrument. Who else though? It's a lot of cats I'm probably forgetting, man. It's a lot of cats that I give Dre his props, but shout out to Jay Dilla, R.I.P. It's a lot of producers, man. You can't. As soon as I
Yeah,
get off, a lot of them gonna come to my head.
I thought of that as well because this year we also lost Quincy Jones. He's a major figure in music.
R.I.P.
A lot of artists respect his artistry, his production, and there's a lot of producers from all different genres who really feel like they were influenced by him and how he brought things together.
Yeah. Just from producer for Michael is like that's really all you gotta say, like But yeah, a lot of producers I heard them saying how they was inspired by Quincy. I forgot who else said the way he was like his work ethic was unmatched. But yeah, I mean I also feel like this, man. Like I feel like without the producers, there's nothing. Like, you don't have shows, you don't have artists doing songs. You know, it ain't no elevator music. It ain't shit for the TVs, commercials. It's like we need music for everything. So gotta salute the producers. You know what I mean? Like, gotta salute the producers. So, you know, that's part of my movement too. You know, I'm with a community right now, producers who support each other, who help push each other's beats, and yeah, that's the type of shit I'm about. Feel me? Like, just working and working and working with those who like working. You know, a lot of people, you know, they ain't about that work, so I won't fuck with them. I won't work with them. But certain cats, I work with if the vibe is right. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Definitely. And on that tip as well of influences, um, we talked about how you got started and how uh, you know, was just basically about lyrics. I think we really didn't delve into what your influences were on the MC side, as far as who really kind of you look at and
Well, you know, I'm gonna say, like, you know, I was influenced by Big Daddy Kane, Rakim for sure, Coogee Rap, Slick Rick, Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Papoose, you know. Uh, you know, mostly it was New York cats, man. New York cats that's nice, you know what I'm saying? Like MOP, they was always like one of my favorite rap groups, you know, Onyx, like old school cats, you know what I'm saying? That was nice and and made you want to be like them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Um, I could keep going. There's so much people that inspired me, you know, lyrically, just on some hip hop shit, you know. Um, yeah, man. Black Thought from the Roots, you know, just NWA doing their thing. I just love hip hop, man. You know, I was influenced by a lot, you know. So yeah, just salute to hip hop, period, man. You know. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's good.
and for everybody, what's the name of your project, upcoming project? What's the name of the?
I can't tell you that one, bro. I
Okay,
can't tell you that one. I can't tell
okay,
you that.
you ain't ready
But
to
you
put that
know,
out yet.
but nah. Yeah, I can't put that out yet. But you
So you
gonna
got
be one of the first people I let know.
some new videos coming up, new visuals coming up for everything.
Yeah, you know, I just dropped something. Check out my latest video, Brooklyn Zone. It's on YouTube. You can just type in Brooklyn Zone, Kaflo Kaboom, and you'll see Brooklyn Zone pop up. Um, Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you can get notified when the next videos is dropping. I got some joints that I still don't even want to say because, you know, I'd rather just keep it until it's time to put it out. You know what I'm saying? But you're definitely about to see me getting busy 2025, man.
And you want to definitely try to keep some more exclusives for your website as far as visuals and everything like that.
Yeah, I definitely have some exclusive shit for the website, you know, that you can't just come and get from here and get from there. I have some exclusive shit on the website. But yeah, all of this we talking like, you know, just in a matter of weeks. Like the first week in January, I'm dropping something. Not sure which one it's gonna be, but I will be dropping something the first week in January, you know. And then it'll just keep going after that, you know.
So you definitely want to start the new year off right.
Yeah. I'm gonna start the new year off right, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's starting up the new year right. That's the sound you gotta put in that shit. Yeah. Purr. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
So
yeah,
for
Mr. J. I appreciate you. You know, like I said, man. it's a lot of big things. As the artist, it's Kaflu Kaboom. I got some songs I'm getting ready to put out. Just really my joints, really no features for people. But as Kaboom Beats, as the producer, I'll be working with various artists. You know what I'm saying? So look out for Kaflu Kaboom and Kaboom Beats. You know what I'm saying?
All right. And you got any, advice for upcoming artists, producers? Any thoughts for them?
Uh, well, for producers, learn music theory. Learn how to make a song in A minor or B major or C sharp minor. Learn how to learn music theory. And for artists, be original. Stop trying to be like everybody else. Be your motherfucking self or you artists. Yeah.
Definitely. Always original, always, it's always number one.
Originality is the key.
And with that, do you have any shout outs before we get out of here?
Shout out to everybody in Brooklyn, Crown Heights. Shout out to everybody in Baltimore. Shout out to everybody in Bennettsville, family in Alabama. Salute to all the real ones, all the solid ones. Salute to hip hop, man. Salute to you, Mr. J. Thanks for having me. We'll do another one.
No doubt. You're always welcome to come back on, and I appreciate you for coming on. Next week, we got Rex scheduled to be on.
Okay.
And the week after that, we should have, let me see right quick, who else we got coming. I think we have Jonathan Coleman. He's a basically podcast producer himself, and someone who's a music exec who is out here promoting a lot of different artists and a lot of different talents. So we'll have him on the following week, Jonathan Coleman, and comedian Tony Rodriguez the week of that same week, that Saturday, a special Saturday show we're doing on the Underground Experience. And we hope that everybody's successful. Everybody has a successful and prosperous and peaceful new year. Want to see y'all
let me
back
know
here,
send me the notifications. But yeah, I'm already locked in with you, so I see the notification. Yeah, I checked those joints out. I seen the interview you did with one of the cellar dwellers, with from the cellar dwellers. I seen the interview with Mickey Fax. Well, I didn't see the one Mickey Fax. I seen you had it. You put a post. Is that like an upcoming one?
We just did that one just this past week.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's on the site, right? Because I thought I scrolled, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's on my page.
Okay.
So yeah, and we're getting ready to start putting some of those on the site as well. And of course, we have the weekend show, the Friday night radio show, 8:45 on WDRBmedia.com.
Can you send me a link to that?
No doubt. I'll send you the
link. Send me a link to that, man. I want to check that out. Can I submit my music to that station?
Yes. They'll have clean joints. And I will be doing a Friday feature upcoming in the next coming months, where I'll be featuring artists, and it'll just be strictly, a music show, and we're looking for people to sponsor, as well as people who want to promote their music. So we'll have, the promo, situation up on the website coming up in these next couple weeks, so everybody will know, what the promo rates and everything are going on the site.
That's what's up.
And with that, man, if you ain't got nothing else to shout out, anything else you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Follow Ka Flow on Instagram, KA_flow. Kaboom Beats One on Instagram. It's Ka Flow on Instagram, Facebook. Kaboom Beats on TikTok. KaboomBeats.com, the website, and just stay tuned. 2025.
Definitely
Salute
will be
Mr.
staying
J, man.
tuned, man.
Salute to you, bro. Keep doing your
We
thing,
definitely
man.
appreciate that, man. We definitely will be staying tuned, and hopefully we will be able to collab as well
Yeah, man.
in next year, man.